So we live in object fear of the one that we're supposed to be connected to, because they've told us you gotta walk this tightrope and this line, and if you walk all off the line, he's gonna send you to hell. You could live 30 years worshiping and living for him, make one error, and if you die in that error, you go into hell. What in the name of common sense does that mean? Are you crazy? Why would I even serve him if he's that sadistic and masochistic? I don't need a God like that. And so if I am so focused on staying on the line, I can't fulfill my assignment. But my God is big enough to handle my fault, my strokes, grubs, my mess ups, because he's already prepared for what I might do. He knows what I'm going to do before I do it, and he already made preparation for me before I get there. What follows darkness is light. That darkness is the indicator that light is getting ready to shine. So there it is in Genesis, when darkness was upon the face of the deep, and God in the spirit form moved upon the face of the waters, and then God said, let there be. Because darkness precedes the light. Are you understanding what I'm saying? But he needs the darkness there so that God can move upon the face of the deep, so that the shift can take place. Listen, look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor that shift take place in the darkness. Oh God, y'all didn't hear what I just said. Everybody's not going to see the shift that's happening. They see the chaos, but they don't see the shift. They see all the craziness going on in your life, but they don't understand that underneath the darkness, God is moving in secret. He's moving in quiet. He's moving in the hidden places. He's moving in the cracks and the corners and the crevices. He's moving in places that you cannot see. And when the light comes, they're going to see a new order. timing. And so the universe then has no choice. First attribute of the secret place. The secret place is a place of revelation. It makes you free because it awakens you and makes you consciously aware that everything that you thought was holding you is an illusion. I forgot to add myself to the stream. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So glad that you are here and that you've chosen to join me this morning. This is the Emerge movement, where we are empowering people on their journey towards spiritual wholeness. I am Isaac J. Miles Sr., your host and your teacher and instructor for this morning. And I am so glad, happy, and excited that you've decided to join us for this conscious conversation this morning. Take a moment, if you will, and just tag and share this video with as many people as you possibly can. Invite them to come and be a part of the conversation. Send out a text message to all of your friends and family and all your group chats and everything, and let them know that we're on the air. Invite them to come and be a part of this conscious conversation. We're in the midst of our preparation for 90 days of abundance. Oh my goodness, beginning September the 1st through November the 29th. 90 days of abundance. These are 90 days that will revolutionize your life, that will change the trajectory of your life, that will set you on a path of living in blissful, peaceful, joyful abundance in every facet, every area of your life. And as I've said before, this is a plan that is guaranteed to work. That you don't need a blessed handkerchief, a blessed cloth, a blessed candle, no miracle spring water, a blessed soap, or any other kind of trinket. You don't need to sow a specific seed of $1,000, $500, $300, $100, $10,000, or anything else along those lines. You simply need to transition, transform, reconfigure, to rethink, remind your thought life, and cause your thoughts, words, and deeds to perfectly align in harmony with the principles and practices of abundance, and your life will take on a completely different experience. You'll begin to live in the infinite flow of abundance that flows out of the all of everything that is the creator, which is God. That you will experience this not in a moment, not for a season, but perpetually in your life. You will live the remainder of your days experiencing limitless, infinite abundance if you ascribe to this plan and you follow the instructions to the letter. Follow them to the letter. Do exactly what I'm teaching you to do. I can absolutely, positively, without controversy, guarantee that this will work. There are not many things that can be guaranteed in life, but I guarantee you that this plan absolutely works. In the words of someone who I think got a bad rap during his life, but people are coming to understand now, that is Reverend Ike, you can't lose with the stuff I use. These principles and practices are absolutely unbreakable. They are unbreakable. I promise you that they absolutely, positively work. Now, you can choose not to believe it, not to embrace it, not to accept it, not to participate, And you can remain in the same old rut that you've been in, where you are lacking the constant flow of abundance. And when we talk about abundance, I'm not talking just about money. Money is a part of it, but it is not the totality of it. You can have an abundance of money and also have an abundance of misery and pain and sickness. Are you hearing what I'm saying? But I'm talking about your experiencing abundance in every facet of your life, an abundance of creativity, an abundance of joy, an abundance of peace, an abundance of, yes, money and stability, an abundance of options, an abundance of opportunities and doors that are open for you, an abundance of happiness. You can have abundance in every part of your life. Christ has said, I am come. That is the Christ consciousness. That iteration of God in three-dimensional form is purported to have said, I am, the all of everything, the creator of the universe, the ether and isness of all that is God, is come in you, through you, and as you, God resident and radiating in you as supernatural energy or force or power or anointing, whatever term you want to use, is in you, that you might, listen to that word might, not guaranteed that you will have abundant life. And you can look all around you to the day and you notice that there are those who are living in abundance and others who are not. And in our desire and internal need to try and explain this dichotomy, we will come up with a myriad of reasons or excuses that seem logical to us. Well, they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth, or they came from a better neighborhood, or they were born a different color, a different nationality, a different race, or they didn't have the same experience that I had, or they have, this person helping them, or that person, or they have a husband, or they have a wife, or they have a rich uncle, or they inherited this, or they won that. You come up with 100 different reasons why they may be prospering and you may not be, or they may be in abundance and you may not be, or you may look at the differences between the two and be like the author David, who says, why does it seem like the wicked is prospering in their way? Why does it seem like people who are, who don't ascribe to the particular values and religious ideology that he did, why does it seem like they're doing well, and yet those who ascribe to, and I'm going to tell you why. Can I tell you why? Because listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, I don't mean to make my Christian folk mad at me right up front. Lord have mercy, I seem to always do that. But I got to tell the truth that Christian people, well, not just, I can qualify that and say not just Christian, but really religious people are some of the most miserable people on the planet. Lord have mercy. I'm making folk mad with me already early this morning at 9:15 in the morning. That religious people are some of the most miserable, angry, bitter, resentful, hateful, treacherous people on the planet. Do you know why? Because they have ascribed to a particular religious ideology that gives them all of these promises about this, that, and the other, pie in the sky, by and by, and and God gonna turn it around and fix it. 3 steps to this, 7 steps to that. Slap your neighbor, high five, shake their hand like you're gonna shake it off, and sow this seed, and God gonna do this, buy this cloth, get this water, and God's gonna do this, that, and the other, and all of those things have failed miserably, and they get frustrated and aggravated because they are trying their best to hang on to a belief that is no longer serving them. Yet they have to find a way to convince themselves that it must be right because the prophet said, the bishop said, the apostle said, the shaman said, the guru said, the minister said. So it must be something wrong with me. But I'm here to tell you that your frustration is because you have not understood the principles of the universe, the laws of the universe that govern abundance and increase and prosperity. You have not understood the true nature of your being, and that prosperity and abundance, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, abundance is not something that you seek. Abundance is who you are. Oh my goodness. I will say it again, that abundance is not something that you seek, but abundance is who you are. I feel myself getting real hyped, and let me try and calm down so we can have a conversation and not just me going off on a tangent. I feel myself getting really, really hyped. Woo! Let me drink some coffee. So, in a more calm state, abundance is not something that you acquire. Abundance is who you are. You are abundance. Your whole being is overrunning, overflowing, filled to capacity with abundance. Abundance is loaded and coded into your DNA, into your structure, your nature, your being. Abundance is who you are. Do you hear me? It is who you are. And all you need to do is learn how to unlock the abundance that is within you and allow it to flow freely in you, through you, as you, from you, and have a chain reactive effect on nature and the universe all around you, so that your world will reflect the true nature of your being. By nature, you are abundant. By nature, you are generous. By nature, you are love. And so your world, it needs to reflect that. But if it is hidden and packed and suppressed under all of these disempowering thoughts, disempowering belief systems, these disempowering ideas and images given to you by family, by friends, by religion, by culture, by environment, then it begins to now solidify within your conscious mind a stronghold. That's what a real stronghold is. It's not some beings or demons floating around in the sky. It is those disempowering thoughts that now hold your mind captive. And so all that you imagine align with that disempowerment. Everything you think of aligns itself with that disempowerment, because it emanates from the place of victimization. It emanates from the place of disempowerment. It emanates from a place of brokenness, of lack, want, and scarcity. It emanates from that place because that's what you've been told you are, and that you could only have, and that's what your mom and them and your grandma and them and your great granddad and them, and we've all been broke. We've always been on welfare. We've always been living, just trying to keep our head above water, making a way if you can. Temporarily or good time. How is that a good time? But we've been conditioned to think that way. We've been conditioned to think in terms of lack and want and need and scarcity and not enough. And so that out of that emanates all of our thoughts, ideas, and concepts. And that's the true stronghold that's keeping you in poverty. Because if you take someone who has a mindset that is founded or grounded in poverty, and you give them $1 million, just wait a short while and they'll be broke again. Y'all don't hear what I'm saying. They will be broke again. They'll be broke again. One of the things in the housing market, and I'm really familiar with that because I dabble around in those things, is that they try and create sometimes integrated, economically integrated neighborhoods where that they will have mixed in people of lower income with those of higher income into the same place. And what they have found to be their biggest challenge and what seems to be their biggest failure is that those who come from that lower income, they come in and they treat the property like they were living in the projects. And so you ride by and there are cars sitting up on bricks and they're doing hair on the porch and the grass is all grown up and not cut and the paint is chipped and the place looks run down, and right next to it is this pristine property that looks absolutely beautiful. What is the difference? Is it the difference in the amount of money that they make? No, absolutely not. The difference is in their mindset. Oh, God have mercy. If you still have a mindset that is in survival mode, if you still have a mindset that is grounded in poverty and want and lack and need and not enough, then you will operate from a survival mode even when you're in a better position or a different environment. It's not the environment that needs to change. It's the mind of the person that needs to change. And if you change their mind, they will change their environment. Lord have mercy. Let me say that again. I feel like running. I'm trying to stay calm, but I'm getting excited. If you change the person's mind, they will change their environment. You don't have to try and work on their environment. You don't have to work on their connection. You don't have to work on their behavior. If you can simply get a person to shift their mind from one state of consciousness to another, they will change their environment. They'll create a world that reflects their new mindset. Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? Calm down. I'm fogging my glasses up and everything. Let me go. Oh, goodness. I'm trying to be calm. I'm telling you, change their mind and they will change their environment. They will change their environment. They will change their connections. They will change their circle. They'll change the way they talk, the way they dress, the way they carry themselves. They will change what they like, what they listen to. Their tastes will change. Their interests will change. Their hobbies will change. All you have to do is change the mindset. And I'm telling you right now, some of you have been trying to break habits and break behaviors and break away from certain environments and cultural norms. You've tried to break away from certain religious bondages that have held you. I'm telling you that if you will change your mindset, those things will automatically begin to shift, and you will be the catalyst that causes them to change and evolve and shift around you. The scriptural text that is principle is absolutely true. You are transformed by the renewing of your mind. You, your life, your experiences, your circumstances, your circle are all transformed, metamorphi in the Greek. They experience a metamorphosis. They shift from one state to another. They evolve from lower to higher. They begin to vibrate at a higher frequency when you change anachronosis. When your mind is affected by the spirit that is emerging within you, when the soul rises up and pierces the consciousness of the mind and shines light, new revelation, understanding, insight, knowledge into that place, that space, everything begins to immediately evolve. Are you hearing me? And there ain't no hands that's going to be laid on you that's going to do it. I don't care how much oil they come and spray all over you, but that's not oil, but you get what I'm saying. That's just an example. This is actually eyeglass cleaner, but not oil. They spray all on you, put on your head and rub you down and hey, receive it, how, and charge and knock you down and all that other craziness. You done went through all them calisthenics and you still miserable. So why not try this? What do you have to lose? You don't have to buy nothing. You don't have to go in and get no trinkets or little this, that, and the other. You ain't got to sow no seed. It won't cost you a thing but time and discipline. Why not try this? This guaranteed plan that will absolutely work. What do you have to lose? Okay? What do you have to lose? Hold on one second. Got to grab a towel because I'm sweating. Oh, Lord of mercy. Which tells me I need to calm it down some more. What do you have to lose? Nothing. So, if you didn't get part one, and I've already used up half my time, great day. Sorry. No, I'm not. Not sorry at all. It needed to be said. So, if you didn't get part one of these instructions, go back to the video. It's still up on the pages on all the platforms. Go back and listen to part one, because I'm not going to go back and review those things. I am going to begin with part two, which is the first 3 of the 10 statements of principles. Okay? The first 3 of the 10 statements of principles. So, are we ready? Are we ready? Here we go. Uh-oh, something's going wrong here. Don't know why that's happening. There we go. Let's change this background so it'll be a little not distracting. There, how about that? All right, so we're in the midst of our 90 days of abundance. This is the practical plan to experience the abundant life. And so we want to begin now with the first 3 principles. Remember that in the first part of the instructions, you're going to go through each one of these 10 principles, 1 per day. And by the end of the 90 days, you will have gone through all of those principles at least 9 times during the 90 days. And with each of these principles, you're going to spend at least 15 minutes meditating on these principles. So you're going to say them as an affirmation and then spend 15 minutes meditating on the principle itself, a different one each day. All right. So let me take this banner down so that you'll be able to see. I'm trying to remove all distractions. There we go. Okay. So here is principle number 1. 90 days of statement of principles. God is lavish, unfailing abundance, the rich, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, omniactive, and sovereign substance of the universe. This all-providing source of infinite prosperity is individualized as me. It is the reality of me. This is the very first principle that you're going to focus on and meditate on in the first day of the 90 days of abundance. Excuse me. Okay, so let's take a moment and unpack this just a little bit. God is lavish, unfailing abundance, the rich, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, and omniactive sovereign substance of the universe. That is a very lengthy, detailed way of saying that there is absolutely no lack, want, need, or scarcity in God. God is abundance. Okay, in the Bible, David puts it in flowery, poetic words and says, "The cattle on 1,000 hills belong to God." In another place, he says, "The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein." In other words, he's saying that God has absolutely no need. God has no want. The ultimate source of all that is indeed that, all there is. So there is no need, because whatever God desires is. Whatever God desires absolutely is, by virtue of it being a desire. It is. Okay? It is out of God, and out of the all of everything flows all that there is. So there is no lack, no scarcity, no want. God is lavish. Okay? Unfailing, perpetual abundance. The rich are omnipresent, that is, in every place. There's no place that God is not. So there is no place that abundance is not. Let me say that again. There is no place that God is not, because God is omnipresent. So there is no place that abundance is not. Let me repeat that again, because it really needs to register. That there is no place that God is not, so there is no place that abundance is not. So your abundance, experience of abundance, is not relegated to a location. Let me say that. I really hope that gets through to you, that your experience of abundance is not relegated to a specific location. Do you hear what I'm saying? That you're not going to experience abundance as long as you're at this job, or living in this neighborhood, or living in this city, or living in this state, or living in this country. Or you're never going to experience abundance as long as you are in this relationship, in this situation, in this circumstance. Wherever God is, there is abundance. There is no place God is not, thereby there is no place abundance is not. You can experience and express abundance in every place. Omnipotent, all powerful, that this abundance is a force. It is an energy. It is a flow. It's an anointing. Okay. It is a power that permeates, and it is all powerful. That means that if there is nothing that God cannot do, there is nothing that abundance cannot do. There is nothing stronger than the flow of abundance that is within you. Loaded and coded in your DNA is a force, an energy, a power, an anointing, a presence. Yes, goodness. That is more powerful than the economy. then the wage that you're being paid, then the situation or circumstance that you are born into or maybe living in now. This power of abundance in you supersedes and is way more powerful than any other force around you. You have, listen to how Deuteronomy puts it in this statement of principle. It says that God has given you the power to get wealth. What? The abundance is the power to get wealth. Let me say that again. God has given you the power, the force, the means, and the ability, and as well as the capacity to get wealth. And abundance is the power to get wealth. Abundance is the power to get wealth. Remember that stuff and things are not abundance. They are the offshoot, the result of abundance at work in you, through you, and as you. Abundance is the power to get the things, the stuff, the trinkets, those representations. That abundance that's in you. God has given you the power, and the power to get wealth is abundance. Okay, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, all-knowing. God is not only giving you the power, but has planted and coded and loaded within your DNA the how, the creativity, the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, the ingenuity, the wittiness, the ability to come up with creative ideas that will generate wealth in your life. That abundance brings with it a wealth of knowledge, insight, creativity, capacity, ability, talent, skill, giftedness. No one is more gifted than you. No one is more talented than you. No one is more knowledgeable than you. They may be more consciously aware of their own gifting than you have become, but they have no more than what you have. They may have a different gift, but their gift is no more creative than yours. Are you understanding me? You have it inside of you. The idea or ideas that will revolutionize your circumstances and bring wealth into your hand are already inside of you. They're already inside you. I said it. They are already the idea or the creativity or the creative energy or the knowledge, the wisdom is already inside of you. You just have to unlock what is already in you. And that's what this plan is focused on, helping you to unlock what is already a part of your genetic makeup, so that what you know in your soul can flood into your conscious mind. And it is omniactive. Abundance is always creating. This is why it's important to be intentional about how you use this energy, this force, this ability, this power, this anointing that's in you, through you, and as you, because it is always creating. You are creating either consciously or unconsciously. When you are intentional, you are creating consciously. So what you are doing with this 90 days of abundance is now beginning to narrow the beam of the force of energy that is your abundance, so that it is laser focused on the specific objectives that you have set out in front of you. Are you understanding what I'm saying? You are intentionally, deliberately, with laser focus, using that omniactive creativity, all creative within you, to bring forth into manifestation the objectives that you have set out as a part of your experience in this three-dimensional earth. So, because you are always creating, and let me just delve on that. Let me dwell on that for 1 second. The fact that we are always creating, either consciously or unconsciously. What do I mean by unconsciously? Because even if you don't know your words, thoughts, and deeds are creative forces, they still remain creative forces. And so you unconsciously, based upon what you have been told, based upon what has been imposed upon you from childhood up until now, began to put out into the atmosphere energy that is focused on bringing about what you don't want. So you say things like, I want, I need, I lack, I don't have, I'll never be, I don't understand, I can't have, I can't. Are you hearing what I'm saying? And so now that energy is put into the universe, and the universe interprets what is being said to it. Your wish is my command, kind of like the genie, huh? Your wish is my command. And so now the universe has to give you, pressed down, shaken together, running over what you have declared that you are. I am lack. I want. Okay? Then you'll want. I need. All right? Then you'll always need. I lack. Then you will always lack. I don't have. Then you will always not have. I can't. Then you never will. And so it begins to now churn that out, multiply it back to you, and reflect to you the world that you have unconsciously created for yourself, because you have been trained, you have been domesticated into using these terminology. And trust me, I understand it. We all went through it. I still find myself having to correct myself, because I'll hear myself saying something like, well, I need such and such. I need? No. I don't have any need. I don't have any want. Want, need, lack, scarcity, they are all a figment of our own imagination. And we keep getting the manifestation of them because we keep creating it from our own words, our own thoughts, and our own deeds. We operate in a survival mode, so all we do is survive. We speak from that survival mode, and so all we do is survive. We think from that survival mode. That's why we pinching pennies, and I got to make this stretch, and I won't get paid again until, and I won't get my next check, and I don't know when my next meal's coming from, so I got to make this stretch, and I got to make this stretch, and I got to hold it, and I got to hold on to that, and I can't afford this, and I can't afford that, and I can't afford this, that, or the other, so I know. And so you are operating from the space, the mindset, the words, and the actions that reflect want, lack, and need. And so you keep creating more want, lack, and need. And then you start saying, it seems like no matter what I do, I take 2 steps forward and 5 steps back. I don't know why, it just don't work for me. Because you are your own worst enemy. Because you are operating from that poverty mindset, from the mindset of lack. And so that omniactive force within you creates what you desired, what you have spoken. Ladies and gentlemen, that energy, that force, that power, that spirit, that anointing, I hate having to go through all those terminologies, but I just don't want anyone to miss it. It operates indiscriminately. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So the same force that is creating the lack, want, and need is the same force that can create more than enough prosperity, abundance, if you simply shift where you're operating from. When you start operating from a mindset of abundance, your words align with abundance and your actions reflect that abundance. And then the universe, that is all of nature, now reflects back to you the abundance that you are. The rich, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, omniactive, and sovereign substance of the universe. This all providing source of infinite prosperity is individualized as me. It is the reality of me. I am not trying to get prosperity. I am learning to be prosperous. I'm not trying to get abundance. I'm learning to be abundant, to think abundant, to speak abundant, to act abundant. Are you understanding what I'm saying? It is the reality of you. You are abundance. You're not trying to become abundance. You're not trying to get abundance. You're not trying to gather and acquire abundance. You are abundance. You're trying to now begin to become consciously aware in your thoughts of who you really are, your truest nature, your identity. You are abundance. Because you are God in the flesh, because you are the animated expression of all that there is, because you are abundance personified in three-dimensional form, then you lack nothing. Let me say it again. You lack nothing. You lack nothing. Even what I'm doing right now is just reminding you, helping you to remember, reassemble what you have always known, but what time and circumstance has caused you to forget. You came into this earth fully aware and conscious that you had everything. You had no lack. And the environment, culture, and people around you convinced you otherwise. What I'm doing is reminding you, helping you to remember, reassemble, okay, reconfigure, reconstruct what you have always known, because it is who you have always been. It is the reality of who you are. Okay? You are not trying to get abundance. You are trying to realize that you are abundance personified. Okay? Principle 2. I lift up my mind and heart to be aware, to understand, and to know that the divine presence I am is the source and substance of all my good. I am God in the flesh, an animated expression of God in the earth. I am a vehicle through which God experiences and expresses itself in form. This is the second principle. Day 2, we'll meditate on this. Let's unpack for just a moment. Ooh, goodness. I got 10 minutes left, so I got to split these between this one and the next one. Whew. Listen fast. Okay. I lift up my mind. That means elevating my thoughts, elevating my mind, elevating my conscious awareness, and my heart. That is my passion, my feelings, my intuitive knowing. Woo! Because your feelings magnetize your thoughts. Man, write that one down. You need to definitely understand what I just said. Your feelings, your passions magnetize your thoughts. We're going to talk in depth about this even more. Your feelings, okay, your passions magnetize your thoughts. The more you feel into it, the more passionate you are about it, the more intense or the faster the frequency of that particular energy. The vibrational frequency increases as you feel into that thought, as you begin to become passionate about that thought. It increases the frequency. So as the mind, as I lift up my mind, raise my conscious awareness, I want to raise simultaneously in unison with it my passion, my feelings, to align with what it is that I am consciously thinking now, to understand and know that the divine presence I am is the source and the substance of all my good. That the divine presence of God in you, through you, and as you is the source. God, Spirit, the divine you is the source and the substance of all your good. Please understand what I'm saying. It is not being given to you, it is emanating from you. Lord have mercy. I know this is hard to really shift to because you have been taught from that whole victim, beggar, dependent, crippled mindset for so long. And all of our songs in church and prayers are all based around that victimization and that crippling, disabled, needy mindset where it's like, Lord, give me this. Lord, give me that. Give me, Lord. Give me, Lord. Lord, I need thee. Oh, I need thee every hour. I need thee, oh Lord. Jesus will work it out. Jesus will work it out. Baby need a new pair of shoes and even got a light bill due. And I'm just waiting on the Lord to give it to me. Give it to me, Jesus. Give it to me, Lord. Give me, Lord. Oh, Lord, if you will, please give me, Lord. Give me. Well, this principle and this mindset, that mindset is disempowering. It makes you a dependent, leaning and dependent and waiting on Jesus to come through after a while. Nonsense. Okay? What we want to shift your mind to is understanding that that divine presence, the I am, is the source and substance of all my good. It is the source. So it is not, I'm not waiting for it to be given to me. I am causing it to flow from me. It emanates from within me and manifests in my three-dimensional world. It is not given to me, it is manifested from me, and then emanates from me, and then is manifested in my three-dimensional world. Are you understanding what I'm saying? And I am by no means discounting giving because that's extremely important, but we need to give with the proper understanding and the proper mindset, okay? And that we are not in the position of beggar, pauper, poor, pitiful pilgrim passing through this barren land, just trying to make heaven my home. No, the source and substance of all my good is the presence of the I am in me, through me, and as me. So that energy, that source, that power, that abundance flows out of me, causing a chain reaction in the universe around me, which has the responsibility under the law to reflect back to me that which I am. Are you hearing me? So the money that comes to me, I created. The house, the car, the opportunities, the happiness, the joy, the peace, the contentment, I created. They began with me and they flowed out of me as energy and returned to me as form and experience. Woo! Let me say that again. Let me say that again. That everything, the money, the wealth, the cars, the houses, the happiness, the joy, the peace, the contentment, the opportunities um, that, that I'm experiencing, they flowed out of me as energy and then returned to me in form. I am the creator of it. You are the God of your garden. Nothing gets in your garden, nothing appears in your world, nothing shows up in your universal space unless you create it. Are you hearing me? Unless you create it. And remember, you are omniactive, always creating. So it's important that you have an understanding of this creatorial power within you and that you are deliberate and intentional about what you are creating, because that energy that you are sending out will return to you in three-dimensional form as a reflection of who you are. So I want you to actively, during the course of these 90 days, we are going to actively put to bed, put to rest, put to death that give me needy, wanting mindset and start to operate from the place of abundance with the understanding that whatever I desire to experience in the three-dimensional, I create from within and I release it, that energy with intensity, my passion, my feelings into the universe, which now has the responsibility, or the kingdom of God, the universe, the kingdom of God, the spirit world, whatever term you want to use, which has the responsibility now of returning it to me in three-dimensional form so I can experience it substantively, because I am God in the flesh. I am an animated expression of God. I am. You are. Say it about yourself. I am a vehicle through which God both experiences and expresses itself in form. I am. How God goes from being conceptual to experiential. The all of everything
had to become what it is not in order for it to experience all that it is. And that's us. And so we are the vehicle through which God experiences and expresses itself in form. And I am out of time, great day. So I got one more I'm going to go over again this morning. This is the last one. Let me move to the third principle. I am conscious of the inner presence as my lavish abundance, overwhelming, overflowing, limitless, infinite abundance. I am conscious of the constant activity of this mind of infinite prosperity. Let me say that again. You see, I capitalize. I am conscious rather, of the constant activity of this mind of infinite prosperity. Therefore, my consciousness is filled with light or glory, the light, glory of truth. The term that's used a lot of times, the glory of truth, is light. The light, the glory, the knowledge, the insight, the wisdom of truth. Okay? And this is the truth. You are abundance. All right. So I am conscious, that is mindfully aware of the inner presence, which is the all of everything that is God, as my lavish abundance. I am conscious of the constant activity of the mind of infinite prosperity. That's what we are calling our conscious awareness and our conscious mind moving forward. No longer, my second mind, something told me, and Mother Wit and all these other crazy names that we've come up with. I want you to refer to your conscious awareness as the mind of infinite prosperity. The mind of, not a defeated mind, not a mind full of pain or hurt or disappointment or frustration or suspicion or anger or bitterness or envy or jealousy, but the mind of infinite prosperity. My conscious awareness is the mind of infinite prosperity. All I see is prosperity. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Yes. Okay. All I see is prosperity. All I see is increase. All I see is good. All I see is grace and love and peace and joy. All I see is good. Nothing is against me. Everything and everyone is for me, whether they are consciously for me or unconsciously for me. It doesn't matter. I see that their presence is for me. We talked about this before. Person may not be conscious of the fact that they are for you, and their intent may be something totally different, but their intent has nothing to do with your interpretation. God have mercy. I said their intent has nothing to do with your interpretation. What they intend has nothing to do with your real experience. So what they may have meant for evil, you recognize as good. You see the good because you are thinking from the mind of infinite prosperity. That all the universe and all of nature and all of mankind are conspiring together for my highest good. Say it. All of nature and all of the universe and all of humanity are conspiring together for my good. All things are working. They are synergistically connected for my good. Everything is for me. Everyone is for me. Please stop agreeing with these silly posts. I'm not for everybody. You are for everybody. And everybody is for you. You are a blessing, and everyone that you encounter is a blessing to you. There is an exchange, there is a give and take on the encounter that comes, and it is only up to you to gain what is for you and give what you have. Whether they gain is determined by their mindset. If they are operating from the mindset of poverty or neediness or victimization, they may not understand or conceive how you are for them. But if you are operating from the mind of infinite prosperity, then you are able to draw out of every situation, circumstance, and relationship what is for you. Okay. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on one second. I'm going to pause in the middle of the explanation because I just saw a really good question that I want to address. Okay. Uh, Becoming Bridget. I love that. Becoming Bridget says, since I am God in the flesh, when my physical body dies, what happens with my inner God? Considering that God is energy and energy cannot be destroyed. That is an absolutely excellent question. It's going to kind of take me a little bit off, but I'm going to answer it in the most condensed and concise manner that I can. And I can give you a more expansive explanation if you want to contact me through email or inbox or whatever. I don't know what you're watching on. Oh, you're on YouTube. You can send me an email. I'll put my email address up at the end, or I think it's in the description as well. Shoot me an email and I'll gladly be more expansive. But what essentially happens is that we never die. The body decays. And even that doesn't have to decay at the rate that it does, but that's a whole nother conversation. Our soul and spirit returns to its original state and remains. Okay? It returns to the source that is God and remains until our next iteration in life. That is, yes, reincarnation. But here's the thing. Incarnate in form, whether that is in this three-dimensional experience or in some other dimensional experience. And we continue this continuous cycle of experiences so that the all of everything can continue to experience and express itself in new and unique ways. That's really good. That's a really good question. And for those of you Christians on here who getting all upset, just know that even your Bible talks about reincarnation. One quick example is found, I think it's in Matthew chapter 16, when he begins to ask his disciples, who do men say that I am? And his disciples, without hesitation, say, some people think you're Elijah, some think that you are one of the other prophets of old that had died. All these people were dead, and they all thought that you were them come back to the earth. And Jesus didn't quibble with them, didn't quarrel with them, nor did he correct them and say, oh, no, that's blasphemy. And plus, they were following Jesus. So why in the world would they say something like that if they knew that that was anti-God or that it wasn't possible? They spoke in alignment with reincarnation because it was a common understanding that you could be reincarnated. And then he says, okay, well, that's good, but now tell me, who do you think that I am? So don't get all twisted. See, read that book that you holler and scream about. You need to actually read it. You'll be surprised at what you'll find if you actually read it. Okay, great question. That's a very condensed Reader's Digest explanation. Okay? Exactly. She said, basically, you're saying that haters don't exist. They don't. Only in your head. Only in your head. If you got haters, it's because that's how you choose to perceive them. But they really don't exist. It's starting to get cold now. I'm talking so much and not drinking. I'll heat it up later. All right, so let's get back to this. But I really want you to shift your mind to the mind of infinite prosperity. Say it. My mind is the mind of infinite prosperity. Say, I think with the mind of infinite prosperity. I imagine with the mind of infinite prosperity. I vision with a mind of infinite prosperity. Everything I see, I view through the lens of the mind of infinite prosperity. Come on. Did you say it? Did you say it with me? Okay. Therefore, my consciousness is filled with the light, the glory of truth. When you adapt this mindset, watch how your conscious mind begins to be flooded with truth. I'm telling you, you're going to unlock a part of your soul and spirit that has been beating up and banging up against your conscious mind for ages, trying to give you this insight, this aha, this revelation, this prophetic, psychic, prescient understanding of things that has been lying just beneath the surface. Because it's under the surface of a victim mindset, of a needy mindset, a dependent mindset. But when you shift to a mind of infinite prosperity, watch the flood of light that begins to fill your conscious awareness. The glory of truth. Okay, so let's go back real quick. Number one, God is lavish, unfailing abundance, the rich, omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, omniactive, and sovereign substance of the universe. This all-providing source of infinite prosperity is individualized as me. It is the reality of me. Number two, I lift up my mind and heart to be aware, to understand, and to know the divine presence I am is the source and substance of all my good. I am God in the flesh, an animated expression of God in the earth. I am the vehicle through which God expresses and experiences itself in form. And number three, I am conscious of the inner presence as my lavish abundance. I am conscious of the constant activity of this mind of infinite prosperity. Therefore, as a result of that, my consciousness is filled with the light or glory of truth. Amen. These are the first three spiritual principles, statements of principles for our 90 days of abundance that will begin September the 1st and run through November the 29th. We're going to all begin this plan together. Hopefully, we'll all finish together. Remember, you have to remain consistent all the way through. If you miss a day, then you've got to start over. Period. That's all there is to it. Because we're building up an energy force within us to release. And we're going through a transition to be transformed to a different mindset, therefore a different way of being. So it's important that you follow through. We're going to start this plan together on the 1st and run through November the 29th. Do not miss these prerequisite instructions that we are giving you. Do not miss them, because you want to be really fully equipped to fully understand so you can engage this plan for the entire 90 days and get the guaranteed results. So make sure that you have signed up for the text notifications. I'll put that on the screen so that you don't ever miss when we're getting ready to come on for our next empowerment session. Please just text the word emerge to 833-444-0163. It will automatically sign you up to free text notifications. That way you don't miss one time. And I don't care where you are, whether you are riding in your car, flying on a plane, sitting at your job, on the toilet, in your living room, at the whatever, just stop, pull out your phone, your iPad, or whatever device that you use, jump on YouTube or Facebook and tune in for the 1 hour. Well, today, 1 hour and 15 minutes, a little more, an hour and 20 minutes now. It'll be soon, rather. And get these instructions. I'll leave the videos up in case you missed anything, so you can go back and look at video 1, the first set of instructions, and this one today. We will give up the third set of instructions, which is the second set of these statements of principles, on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Go ahead and put that in your calendar right now. Set a reminder so that you don't forget. Sign up for the free text notifications so you'll get the text letting you know we're getting ready to come on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. And we'll get to the next three of the statements of principles. And then the following Sunday, we will do the last 4 of the statements of principles. And then we will arrive on that next Thursday, which is September the 1st. And we will do our empowerment session at 7:30, but we'll begin our 90 days of abundance that morning with a guided meditation at 6:30 a.m. September the 1st, 6:30. And I know for some of you that's way early. Well, it's worth it to change your life, isn't it? To change your life, change your circumstances. I think it's worth getting up early for 90 days. Get your hind part up out the bed and join us for the meditation. All right. All right. So as always, if you'd like to give, you can do so by using the information that's on your screen right now. You can use our Cashapp or Zelle to be supportive of the work that we are doing, or to show your gratification, your appreciation for what you are receiving via this platform. We appreciate whatever it is that you decide to give. I appreciate your seeing it as worthy of your support. All right. I look forward to seeing all of you on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Spread the word. Let's make sure everyone knows about what's getting ready to happen and what this process is so that they can be a part of it. Have an absolutely fantastic Sunday. Get out today and do something fun. Enjoy yourself. Do something memorable. Go for a walk, commune with nature, go to the park, go to the beach if you're down somewhere where there's a nice body of water. Man, go put your feet in the water if you can't swim. If you can, then jump on in and swim around in the water. Get outside and just enjoy this wonderful day. And well, it might be raining where you are. Well, go out and dance in the rain. See how good it makes you feel. Okay? But have an absolutely fantastic day. Goodbye.